Welcome to Studio D in the Gaylord College of Journalism and Mass Communication on the campus of the University of Oklahoma. This is Sooner Sports Pad. And now here's your host, Jessica Cootie.
Welcome everyone to Sooner Sports Pad. We're still pumped about the dominating victory in the Red River rivalry here inside Studio D. Here's what's coming up tonight on Sooner Sports Pad. He made his first start in an OU Texas game this Saturday, has been a huge part of the Sooners defense this season, and can speak 3 languages. Sophomore defensive end Chuka Ndule joins us live in studio. And one of the many great things about OU Texas is that it's right smack dab in the middle of the Texas State Fair. We'll give you a taste of one of the largest state fairs in the country. And as always, we'll bring in our live studio audience in Sooner Sports Pad Face-Off. But first, what a win for the Sooners down in Dallas. A reroute of the Longhorns. For the second straight year, the Sooners, in the famous words of Barry Switzer, hung half a hundred on them. It was the first time in the longtime rivalry the Sooners have scored 50 or more points in back-to-back games against Texas. On OU's opening drive, the Sooners march right down the field, and Blake Bell, this is why they call him the Belldozer, stiff arm and then running over a Longhorn defender into the end zone for the 8-yard score. Texas would block the extra point, return it for a safety, 6-2 Oklahoma. On Oklahoma's next offensive possession from their own 5, Damian Williams takes the handoff, and check this out. Behind some great Sooner blocking, takes it 95 yards for another Oklahoma touchdown. Sooners up 13-2. Let's take a look at some of those blocks right here. It was the longest run in OU Texas history. Williams finished with 167 yards and 22 carries. Let's take a look at, and then moving to the second quarter, there was another Blake Bell touchdown, and that would make it 20-2 OU. And what a day by fullback Trey Millard. Check out this play. Landry finds him wide open, and Millard does the rest, hurdles the defender, takes it all the way down, but is pushed out at the 5-yard line. That was the longest pass play by an OU player in the Red River rivalry history. That would lead to another Blake Bell touchdown. And how about some Sooner defense? Aaron Colvin with the interception. It's his second interception of his career, second in as many games. Longhorn fans not happy. More great OU defense. Longhorns inside their own 1. Sooners get the safety, 29-2 OU. Then with under 4 minutes left in the first half, Blake Bell getting into the end zone for the 4th time on the day. Sooners take a 36-2 lead into half. Moving now to the third quarter, it's the OU defense coming up with another huge play. David Ash makes a run for it. Tom Ward forces the fumble right here. Sooners going to take over. Jalen Saunders made his debut for the Sooners on Saturday. He was ruled eligible the Wednesday before the game after transferring from Fresno State. He finished with 2 receptions for 54 yards. And I mentioned Trey Millard earlier. Landry Jones finds him right here over the middle. Millard with a 25-yard touchdown for the Sooners. He had 164 all-purpose yards, his career high as a Sooner. At one point, Millard had more total yards than the entire Texas offense. And how about just one more Sooner touchdown? Jones finds Justin Brown in the corner of the end zone for the 14-yard score. It's Landry Jones' 33rd win as a starting quarterback, passing Steve Davis for the most wins in school history. Sooners blowing out the Longhorns for the second straight year, 63-21, moving to 4-1 on the season. Here's a look at some of the stats from the game. Oklahoma outrushed, outpassed, out everything Texas. 343 total rush yards compared to just 74 for Texas. 677 total yards of Sooner offense. Sooner defense giving up just 289 total yards. I caught up with wide receiver Kenny Stills after the game. Kenny telling me that the Sooners are really gaining momentum right now. Well, 63-21 over Texas. How good did this one feel today?
Feels great. Always feels good to win, especially against these guys. Never expect to win like this, so I just felt like the guys did a good job preparing all week and took care of business today.
Talk about the offense. You guys were just dominant all day.
Yeah, coach has been talking about having a fighter's mentality, being able to fight 15 rounds, and I felt like we did that today playing 4 quarters.
All right, well, you got to talk about that Damian Williams run. You laid out a guy on the sideline. I mean, what happened there?
Yeah, I feel like the coaches kind of question my physicality sometimes, so I just want to show that I'm still capable of doing it.
You seem pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, it's always fun. Damian's my boy, we're roommates, so if I can spring him for a big run, I'll be happy as I can be.
Well, 2 really big wins in a row. Do you feel like this team is really gaining momentum right now?
Yeah, just tons of confidence for us. We just got to continue to just prepare the way we have been and continue to go out there and take care of business.
Kenny, thanks. Appreciate it. It was a busy weekend all around for the Sooners. Men's basketball opened up practice. Sooner soccer hosted 2 games, and the volleyball team also hosted a game. It's time to bring in my co-host, Matthew Fresquez, back with us again, and introducing a new face, Lauren Nevitt. They're going to get us caught up on all the other action surrounding Norman. But I know y'all were pumped about that victory down in Dallas.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jessica. I'm so excited to be hosting with you guys today.
We're glad to have you.
Thanks. Well, believe it or not, Sooner fans will be able to catch the basketball practices without actually having to go to Lloyd Noble Center. Starting 5 p.m. Friday, practices will be streaming for free and live on Sooner Sports TV. And while you're watching, be sure to watch out for junior forward Amat Embi. The French native was voted Big 12's preseason newcomer of the year. The transfer from Wyoming had to sit out last year due to transfer rules, but the team is excited to see what he can do to bring to the floor. 2 of the returning top scorers, Stephen Pledger and Ramiro Osby, averaged 16 and 13 points a game, so Embi has potential to be right up there with them. And in the Big 12's men's preseason poll, Kansas surprise there, but Baylor's right behind them in the second, followed by OSU, ranked 3rd. OU is all the way down at the number 7 spot, and I can tell you right now, Oklahoma's looking to improve and hopefully move up the rankings by the end of the season.
Now the Oklahoma women finished 21-13 last year. Not bad, but expectations are certainly higher this year as the team's top 7 scorers and 5 starters are returning, including 5th-year senior Whitney Hand and the Big 12's 4th highest scorer last year, junior Aaron Ellenberg. Last year's national champion Baylor is picked to finish first in the Big 12 for the 4th consecutive year, and the Sooners and West Virginia are tied with 65 points at second. On to OU soccer after pitching a shutout victory. And you can see, now after pitching a shutout victory against Kansas Friday night, the Sooners hosted the Horned Frogs of TCU Sunday for Senior Day. We're going to start right now in the 67th minute. Kelsey Devonshire, she gets bored just playing defense, hits Cuellar deep. She's going to come up, give a stutter step, and finish. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if Cuellar actually had $11, or she had $1 for every goal she scored, she'd actually have $11. Not a lot of money, a lot of goals. Here we go, Jessica Johnson right here. She's looking for the crosser. She decided just to put a lob shot in. Boom, that's a goal. 3-0 at this point for OU. TCU would get one late. And the final score would be 3-1 OU. Welcome to the Big 12 TCU. The big story here, Oklahoma is out shooting TCU 22-10. That usually doesn't happen, but when you put goals or shots on goal, good things are going to happen.
And senior libero Maria Fernanda hit a career milestone on Friday against Baylor when she passed over 2,000 career digs with 18 on the night. She's the first player in OU's history to accomplish this, and she's in the top 5 for number of passes in the Big 12. The Sooners improved to 15-6 after sweeping Baylor. Another big contributor to the game was senior outside hitter Morgan Reynolds, who had a career high of 18 kills and 2 service aces.
Well, and Lauren, like we said, it was a big weekend here in Norman. If you're a Sooners fan, we went 4-0 in big time games this weekend.
Yeah. And I'm hoping to keep up my victories by beating you in the face-off coming up.
Bring it.
There we go.
Bring it.
That's right. Coming right up after this break, we have Sooner Sports Pad Face-Off, and a little later defensive end Chuka Ndule joins us live in studio. There he is. Can you give us a thumbs up? There he comes. That's coming up a little bit later. We'll be right back right after this.
Nike is not a sponsor of Sooner Sports Pad yet. Tweet of the Week. Studio D in no way reflects the grades that Sooner Sports Pad hosts will receive.
Sooner Sports Pad. It's now time for Sooner Sports Pad Face-Off. We've got 3 audience members. That's got 3 topics for Lauren and Matthew. This is Chris. He's got tonight's first topic.
Yes. Okay, the question is, who had the better game? OU's offense or OU's defense?
Matthew, you
great question.
failed to defend your title last week, so we're going to let Lauren go up
question.
first tonight.
All right, thanks, Jessica. Well, obviously, both sides played great, but I'm going to have to go with the offense on this one. They really brought it Saturday. I mean, 63 points. Come on. They gained a total of 677 yards. I mean, that is so ridiculous. That's a lot of yards. All the players played great. Landry Jones threw for 321 yards. It was his first 300-yard passing game of the season. Fullback Trey Millard had a great game. He had 5 receptions for 119 receiving yards. And obviously, Damon Williams had that awesome 95-yard touchdown. It was the
I'll
longest
agree.
rush
The
in
offense,
Red Rivalry history.
I'll agree. The offense did a great job. But my boy Chuka over here, he knows it. It was the defense. I expect that from the. I've been waiting to see that from the defense. And let me say, Mike Stoops, I see you, and I see your defense. They did not. The starters did not give up a single point. A single point. Are you? Against the 6th highest scoring offense in the nation, they forced a fumble. They had 2 picks, and they did not give up a first down until 9 minutes left in the second quarter. They gave up only 289 yards, and the majority of that was in garbage time.
Chuka said boom.
see.
I think we
Boom.
know whose
We'll see.
vote he gets.
Yeah.
All right, tonight's second topic coming from Rodney.
So, where does Landry Jones rank all time for the Sooners?
Great question. He did become OU's winningest quarterback on Saturday. Lauren.
All right, well, I respect Landry Jones, but in my opinion, I think the best quarterback is Steve Davis. If you could look at his stats, his numbers aren't the greatest, but the guy knows how to win. He won back-to-back national titles in 1974 and 75, and probably could have won it in 73 if they had actually had a national title game. But as far as Landry goes, I respect him. I think he needs more respect from Sooner fans.
Okay, I'm going to say this. Landry, he's my boy. He's top 3 right now, and that's because Jason White is one of the most underrated quarterbacks of all time. The guy was an all, but here he was an All-American. He won the Heisman in 2003. In 2004, he was 3rd, only because Adrian Peterson was 2nd. He led the Sooners to 2 national championships. Should have beat LSU. The guy played without 2 ACLs, and he put up numbers like 8,000 passing yards, 81 touchdowns to 24 interceptions. I will say this for Landry, if they win a national championship this year, which they will, nothing, no cheering. He will be number 1. Landry will be number 1 then.
I can agree with that.
Okay, time for the final topic coming from Casely.
Hey guys. Now, is OU the best team in the Big 12, and can they win a national championship?
Great question, Lauren.
All right, that's a good question. I think OU's been a big competitor this season. I just don't think they're the best team right now. We need to look out for number 4, K-State. They've had some tough games. I mean, they demolished Miami. They beat us at home. We need to watch out for them. But as far as national contenders go, I think we have a good chance of winning.
If OU plays K-State, 9 more times right now. They beat them all 9 times. They are 15th in the nation in total offense. They are 9th in scoring, and they are 14th in defense. They are well-rounded, and let me say right now, they can win a national championship because all these SEC fans that talk garbage about the Big 12 defenses, it's the SEC offenses that are absolutely terrible, and OU can play defense.
Somebody said preach on that one. All right, let's hear it. Who thought Matthew won that face-off tonight? Let's hear it.
This guy.
Okay, and who thought Lauren won it? Let's hear it.
Okay, that's it.
That one was pretty close, but I think Matthew won that one.
Yeah, he did.
It's all right. I'm a newbie at this.
Okay, it's bold prediction time. Bold prediction time. Last week, Matthew, you said that it would be close, but that OU would win by 20 points. Not that.
My
great.
bad, the Sooners did better than
I think you can do better. I think you can do better this week. Let's get your bold predictions. Lauren, let's hear yours first.
All right, my prediction, we're just going to shut him out. That's it. Shut him out.
Shut out. Okay, I like that. So you're going with the defense on this game. All right, I'm going to take this. I'm going to say, doesn't happen often, 60 points. They hang 60 on them again.
Okay, there you have it. We'll check in with you guys again next week.
Tweet of the week.
He said it. It's now time for Tweet of the Week. Coming from Fat Daddy 33, a.k.a. Trey Millard. He tweets that he's disappointed I didn't make SportsCenter Top 10. That's hashtag SC Top 10 for all you ESPN watchers. Trey, that is okay because even better than that, you are Sooner Sports Pad's Play of the Week. It's a little something new we're starting here on Sports Pad. Let's take a look at it. Here in the second quarter, Millard has got some ups.
Bumbling,
Right
stumbling.
here. Look at the defender. It's a 73-yard reception, the longest pass play by an OU player in OU Texas history. Trey might be trying out for the track team this year.
The only way that's better is if he
He's
finishes.
your Sports Pad Play of the
Finish.
Week. Well, coming up next, Drew Farley takes us inside the Texas State Fair, and a little later, Chuka Ndule joins us live in studio. You'll want to stick around. We'll be right back right after this.
Special thanks to our live studio audience and all of their fraternity buddies. Special thanks to our television cornerstone partners, Chesapeake Energy, WindStar World Resorts, OU Outreach, OU President's Associates, and the OU Alumni Association.
Right after after a Sooner win in the Cotton Bowl, you were just steps away from a delicious, maybe not so nutritious post-game meal. Whether it's a corn dog, turkey leg, fried Oreos, fried Twinkies, the Texas State Fair has it. Drew Farley gives us a taste of the Texas State Fair.
Texas, Oklahoma, a rivalry that's lasted for over a century. What brings 90,000 Longhorns and Sooners together each year at the Cotton Bowl?
My favorite part about OU Texas weekend is, of course, the game. I mean, there's so much tradition and history behind this game. I mean, it's the biggest rivalry in college football. They don't like us, we don't like them. It's always a great game.
It's a huge rivalry, and it's a big deal to win it, and so I love it. This atmosphere is just, you can't get it anywhere else.
After the game, we normally make it out to the fair and, experience all Dallas has to offer.
Each year, OU Texas fans flood into the State Fair of Texas for the rivalry, for the atmosphere, for the history, and for the corny dogs.
Fletcher's original corny dogs was started at the State Fair of Texas in 1942 by the Fletcher brothers. Each year at the fair, nearly 500,000 corny dogs are sold, and nearly 1,500 gallons of mustard will be used by fans eager to taste the tradition. But Fletcher's isn't the only fried sensation that the fair has to offer.
Last year I had a fried ding dong. This year I want to try there's fried guacamole.
Like deep fried ice cream or deep fried Snickers.
Fried cookie dough, fried s'mores, fried butter, fried moon pies, fried Frito pie, fried lemonade, and the list goes on. Be it the food, the football, or the fabled State Fair of Texas Ferris wheel, OU Texas fans will return each year to sing their team's praises, hoping to celebrate a win.
Boomer Sooner!
Boomer Sooner.
Boomer! There we are. That's where it's at. That's where it's going to be.
Thank you, Drew. Matthew, where was your turkey leg on that one? Coming up right after this break, Chuka Ndule joins us live in studio. We'll have to ask him if he tried any fair food. You'll want to stick around for this one. Coming up right after this break.
Sooner Sports Pad is a Gaylord College of Journalism production in cooperation with Sooner Vision. The live studio audience was provided with delicious Pizza Hut pizza and plenty of sports insight.
Nah, man.
vital part of the OU defense with 18 tackles so far this season. He was born in Nigeria and has only been playing the game of football for a few short years. He made his first start in an OU Texas game this past Saturday. Chuka Ndule is now with Matthew and Lauren. Guys, take it away.
What up, dog?
Chuka, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, glad to be here. I didn't know this existed. I'm sorry.
You know now.
I mean, no offense. It's just I didn't know. All right,
Fair
cool.
enough.
Let's just keep going.
Now, last week at Texas, you guys rolled offensively, you guys rolled defensively. How do you guys keep that momentum and that consistency throughout the year, especially against top 10 teams like Notre Dame and West Virginia?
Well, it was a great game against Texas, like everyone saw. So now that we don't have any bye weeks left, we don't have like any setbacks, like no week off. It's just football from now on until December, I guess. So that's going to help a lot. I think that's the main key. Just being that same mindset all the time and just getting ready for the next opponents like they're Texas. That'd be great.
All right, Chuka, you spent the first 12 years of your life living in Nigeria.
Yes, I
What was
did.
that like moving to Texas?
Well, it's not like Africa. I mean, I played soccer a lot, and that was the main difference. Played soccer a lot. There wasn't a lot of. I don't know what else to say. Actually, I do. Well, let's see. Well, played a lot of soccer. Played a lot of soccer.
Now, that's
All
interesting.
right.
What made you quit soccer and transfer to football?
I got bigger. It was a game. We were having a little practice session, and a guy ran into me, and it looked like I tackled him. And my coach was like, "I think it's about time for you to just quit your soccer career and just keep playing football." I was like, "Sure, I guess I liked it better." So yeah.
All right, Chuka, well, you played football freshman year, you were out sophomore and junior year with an injury, and you played senior year. What was it like only having 2 full years of experience in high school?
Well, it was freshman year. I was terrible, man. Starting freshman, wide receiver in the 4th quarter, B team. It was a little struggle. And then a sophomore year, my mom kind of got upset because I had a C. Yeah, and it was an American history. Like, really? I just moved here. I'm like,
History.
okay.
Not even from here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. And then junior year, I had a little injury. And then I just had a great coach. I just put it all on him in high school. Coach Leal, he just coached me like I was in college. And he just said, wherever I go, you follow me. And I just did that. And thanks to him, I came here. So, yeah.
That's great. I think Jessica actually has an audience question for us.
That's right. Chuka, you can kick a field goal too, right?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
All right. Tonight's question coming from Daniel.
I hear you speak 3 languages. How do you say Texas sucks in Igbo and French?
See, we don't really have Texas and Igbo. So that might not work out. There's just going to be Texas. I'm ready for fun, man. So boom.
All right, well, thank you, Chuka, very much for joining us. The national runner-up softball team has had a busy fall already. They're 5-0 in their fall schedule. You can check the Sooners back in action here in Norman this Wednesday at 5 o'clock against Butler Community College. Also this week, the football team back in action in Norman on Owen Field, so you'll want to make sure to check out Sooner Sports Game Day right here on Sooner Sports TV at 10 a.m. We'll bring you everything you need to know to get you ready for kickoff against Kansas. And after Sooner Sports Game Day, but before kickoff, the men's basketball team will host an intra-squad scrimmage at 2 o'clock inside McCaslin Fieldhouse. It's open and free to the public. First chance to see the Sooners go head-to-head in game-time situations. You'll want to be there. Thanks to our live audience, to our crew back in Sooner Vision. Thanks to Chuka for joining us live in studio. For Lauren Nevitt and Matthew Fresquez, I'm Jessica Cootie. We'll see you next time right here on Sooner Sports Pad.